What's going on, YouTube? I hope it's been another fantastic week as always. I am beyond ready for this Memorial Day weekend, I can tell you that. I'm getting ready to go to volleyball right now, so I'm going to try and knock this out kind of quick. But while I got you here, do me a huge favor, like, comment, subscribe. It really does help me out, guys, and I really do appreciate it. Anyway, getting back on track here. It's the end of another week, so you know what we're doing here. It's time for another 3-Minute Thursday, where obviously I don't upload these on Thursday, and I can most definitely promise you this won't be 3 minutes long. Today's just going to be a little bit of a reminder. There's some things that you guys should be doing pretty much immediately after you buy a new machine. Some early upkeep, early maintenance, things like that. And those are the most crucial. Those early services, those break-in oil changes, that kind of stuff can be the absolute most crucial to the life of a lawnmower or whatever the machine is, a snowblower. And look, don't get me wrong, you should service all of your stuff regularly, all the time. It's just that those early ones can be the most important and pretty much determine whether or not you're going to own the machine for the next 20 years. So for some examples, we'll start with Hondas because we like Hondas on this channel. Pretending you've bought a new Honda mower now, the one thing I tell all my new Honda owners, my customers that just bought one, do a first oil change after about 5 hours on those things. But realistically should be true on any walk behind mower. You should always do a first break-in oil change on those, and 5 hours is a pretty good time frame or interval. That very first one, you'll see there's metal filings in it, there's dirt and debris, just things from when it was manufactured. You should be changing the oil regularly, almost yearly for most people, but I honestly don't care if you go years without changing the oil again after this, as long as you do that first one. That is the determining factor on this thing lasting a long time. I see it all the time. Now, let's say you've bought a new zero turn. I don't really care what brand it is. It's going to have a Kohler engine on it. It's going to have a Kawasaki engine, Briggs & Stratton. Any of those engines, you should have the exact same rule of thumb. Do a 5-hour oil change on it right away. Change the filter on those things too. Don't try to skimp on a $10 oil filter when you do that first oil change, because that's the thing that's catching all that crap from when it was put together. Now, more often than not, your zero turns are going to have Hydro-Gear transaxles in them. Do a first service on those transaxles at 75 to 100 hours is what Hydro-Gear recommends as their kind of interval. Again, just like oil changes, you're not going to be doing that all the time. After that, I think they recommend something like every 500 hours. So you're not doing it a lot, but do a first change on it. It makes a huge difference on how long those things last. Now, even Stihl will double your warranty if you're buying any new machine of theirs and purchasing any of their fuel or oil on that same transaction. Obviously, you're not changing oil on a 2-cycle, or I should say you're changing the oil every time you're refilling it with gas because you're cycling the oil through the gas. But they want to know that you're not using cheap garbage Opti or any of that stuff in there right off the bat. Brand new engines are the most vulnerable, and that's when it's most crucial to have that stuff in there. So Stihl, as long as they're assuming you're going to put that oil that they sell or their Moto Mix in that machine right away when you first purchase that machine, it theoretically should have an appropriate break-in and should last you that much longer. Also, when breaking that 2-cycle stuff in, they're a little bit backwards from most machines. Don't baby them. They want to be ran hard, high RPM all the time. They also develop kind of a memory, so if you baby them early on, they never seem to really run to their full potential their whole life. So, run them hard, get them hot. They want to be ran like that all the time. That's the idea of a 2-cycle engine. Now, I know I didn't offer up a whole lot of detailed information in this one, but it's kind of hard. Every machine's different. I just wanted to remind you guys and point out that there's these things that you should be doing early on. The biggest thing is, listen to your dealer that's selling it to you if they make those kinds of recommendations. You can take whatever I say with a grain of salt if you want, but working in a dealership, I see the stuff that we have issues with and the stuff that we don't. So I always say that the biggest advantage I have and can be for you is that I have the big sample size. I see the big sample size all the time. So listen to those guys, read your owner's manuals too. Those will give you good ideas of that kind of stuff that you should be doing. Don't just take it home because you've got a brand new machine and assume the thing should last you forever now. But I hope you guys found this helpful today. I really appreciate you checking out my video. Leave me any of your questions or comments down below. I do always appreciate that. I try to get back to everyone. And of course, if you're not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button for me. Hit the like button if you actually liked any of this at all. And until next time, I'll see you.